Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Noye Beauty Stitches. On today's video, we are going to cut this beautiful palazzo you're seeing on your screen. And that top, the beautiful top you're seeing there with a together turtleneck. Okay, so I've marked out my starting line and the side line. So the length of my pant is 41 inches, but because I want it to flow well, I'll be adding extra 3 inches, making it 44 inches. Then plus 2 inches sewing and folding allowance, hemming and sewing allowance. Or you can say hemming allowance rather. That will give me 46 inches. So I'll be taking out 1.5 inch for my band, the waistband. Then I'll mark the remaining. So after dotting it out, I will rule it out with a straight line. So after rolling it out, the next thing is to mark my hip line. Hip line which is 9.5, that's 9.5 inches. And the crunch line which is 13 inches. So after that, I will roll it out. After this, the next thing is to divide my hip measurement by 4 and mark it out. So the hip measurement is 46 divided by 4, that's 11.5. So I'm going to mark 11.5 on the, okay, 11.5 plus 1 inch joining allowance, because I'm going to use half-inch to join the half-inch to join the both side. So I'll have 12.5 inches. I'll mark the same thing on the hip and the same thing on the waistline. So after marking that, I'm going to reel it out with a straight line. So after this, the next thing is to divide my lapse measurement by 2. So my lapse measurement by the is 29 divided by 2 is going to give me 14.5 plus 1 inch joining allowance, that's 15.5. So I'm going to connect this line. So after that, the next thing I have to do is to measure what I have here. No. After that, the next thing is to work on the waistline. The waist measurement is 36 divided by 4 is giving me 9 inches. So from this side, I'm going to place my tape and mark 9 inches, adding 1 inch for my joining allowance. That's 10 inches. So after this, the next thing is to measure what I have on the crunch line. I have 15.5 here. So I'm going to mark 15.5 inches on this down part. So after that, I'm going to connect it straight down. After marking the straight line, the next thing I'm going to do right now is on the front part here, I'm going to come in by 1 inch. Then on the 1 inch, I'll slant it to the waist, or you can do a curve. So after slanting it this way, then the next thing, this is for the front. So we are going to use this same paper to cut the back bodies. So to get the back, from this point that I mark 1 inch that I slant, I'll come out by 2 inches. So I'm going to take this line up, and this is my 2 inches. So after taking my 2 inches up here, I have to, by the side, mark 2 inches, mark 2 inches. I'll keep marking 2 inches. Then from this crunch line, I'm going to mark 2 inches. So after marking 2 inches from here, I'm going to mark 2 inches and take it down. So I'm going to use my long ruler to connect the 2 inches. So after marking my 2 inches, I'm going to connect it. First of all, I'm going to extend this place. And I'll extend it up. So from up there, from up here, I'm going to connect it to these 2 inches that I mark. So from there, I'm going to remark my waistline, which is 9 inches plus 1 inch joining allowance. That's 10 inches in a slant form. So I'm going to take this line down to here. After taking the line down, I'm going to remark my waistline for the back waistline. So now this is my new back waistline, and this is my front waistline. I hope you understand this whole thing. So I'm going to cut it out. On a normal, I'm supposed to do this separate so that you understand the whole thing. But I believe with this black pen, you are going to understand. My waistline for back started from here to here. If you measure, because I'm adding band, I'm not adding extra allowance. As you can see, this is 10 inches from here to here, while the front waistline is 10 inches from here to here. And reason why I come down by 1 inch to this point is because I want the I come down by 1 inch and I go up by 2 inches for back, because our hip is, we have hip at the back and we do not have at the front. So I have to reduce the front one, then extend the back one in order to cover our buttons very well. So this is it for this palazzo pants. I hope you understand it. I hope, because it's very simple. Just extend the front by 2 inches. Then from this part, you extend it up by 2 inches and slant it down to the waistline. Then from that line, 2 inches, you remark your waistline. All right, guys, I'll be cutting it out. You can place on the front bodies. But if I'm going to place on the fabric, I'm going to place on the back. Then after placing on the back, I'll trim out this part and trace out the front. Then I'll place this part on the back again and trim out this part.
Okay guys, to cut the upper part, all you have to do is to measure out your blouse length first. So I mark out the blouse length and I roll it out. So after that, I mark from shoulder to the bust line, from shoulder to the under bust, and from shoulder to the half length. Then I dot the line again so that I can be able to have a straight line, and I use my ruler to mark it out, as you can see. So I mark out all the lines. Yes. So after that, the next thing is to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I'll mark it on the shoulder and also on the bust line, and I will now connect it with a straight line. Yes, as you see. So after that, the next thing is to mark the neckline, which is 2.5 by 3. The depth is 2.5, then the wideness is 3 inches. So I connect it back with my French curve, and I mark 1 inch for shoulder slope, and I connect it back. So after marking the shoulder slope, the next thing is to mark my bust span divided by 2. That's nipples to nipple divided by 2. So mine is 8 inches divided by 2. I'm having 4 inches. Then I roll it out. I started from the bust line down to the full length of the blouse. Then I divide my armhole into 2. And then from that bust line, I mark my bust point so that I can be able to connect the princess that line. So after connecting at the down part, I have to mark half inch on the both side, as you see me do, and I'm connecting it on with my ruler. Okay, this is not a curvy princess that, so it's just a normal princess that with the back. So after that, the next thing I have to do is to divide my bust circumferences, my bust span, my waist circumferences, and my hip circumferences. So I will divide it, add my joining allowance, add every necessary allowance that I need. Then I will do the same thing on the bust. I'll divide it. I'll mark on my waist, my bust, my under bust, and my hip. So after that, the next thing is to connect the whole lines with my French curve. So I connected from bust to under bust, then from under bust to the waist, then from the waist to the hip. You see the way I use a curve ruler. Then from the down part, I come up by 1 inch. Then I connect it back to this center front. So after that, I have to create a new armhole. This will be a new armhole because I needed excess allowance for the princess that. Okay, so guys, this is the front. After marking it, the next thing you need to do is just to cut it out. Remember that what we are cutting is blazer, so there is no wash work or anything. Yes, so I cut it out. As you can see, I only need to cut out that half inch at the center because that serves as my dart. That is my dart, so that's the only thing I need to cut out. At this point, I don't need a side dart on this one because it's not a bustier princess dart. Okay. So after cutting it out, this is what I have. This is for the front. So we'll move back to the back bodies. Then I get my paper again and I mark out the full length of the blouse. Remember, I added my folding allowance and my joining allowance. So I added it before I mark. So after that, I will roll out the line like I did at the front bodies. Then I'll mark my bust line from shoulder to bust line, from shoulder to under bust, from shoulder to the half length, and the full length is there already. So after dotting out those lines you are seeing there, I'll now connect it with my straight ruler. It's very important to rule out your line so that you will not make mistake. So after this, the next thing is to cut my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I marked. I connect it. After connecting it, then I remember that I have to add my zipper allowance. So I have to mark 1 inch for zipper allowance because I'm cutting the back bodies. This is back bodies. So I marked 1 inch for zipper allowance. Then I have to go back to the armhole, the shoulder line, and then add that 1 inch that I mark out for the zipper allowance. So after that, I'll mark the neckline, which is the wideness is 3 inches and the depth is 1.5 inches because it has a turtleneck. So I mark 1 inch for shoulder slope, connect it down to the neck. Then I mark my bust span, which is my nipples to nipples measurement, and I connect it back. So I'll divide my armhole into 2 and mark the midpoint. Then I'll come down from the bust line to get my bust point. So I'm going to connect this line from the armhole midpoint to the bust point. Then after connecting, the next thing is to mark half inch on the both side for my dart. That is for my dart. So I marked it and I roll it out with a straight line. You see the way I place my ruler to roll it out. Then I roll it out. After rolling it out, I have to divide my hip measurements. I have to divide my hip measurement by 4. Then I'll mark it. I'll mark my hip measurement. Then after that, I have to divide my waist circumferences, my bust circumferences, and my round under bust. So after dividing the bust circumferences, I have to mark it, adding my sewing allowance. Mind you, I remember, you see, I'm starting that marking after the zipper allowance. After the zipper allowance. So after marking my bust, waist, and hip circumferences, I have to connect the line. I have to connect the line using my French curve. After that, I'll come up by 1 inch like I did at the front, and slide it back to the center front. And then I create a new armhole because it's a presence that, so I need an excess armhole for the joining. So after this, the next thing is to on the waistline, I have to come in by half inch. As you are seeing me do, half inch, that is for zipper relax. I want the zipper to relax, so I'm taking off half inch. That's 1 inch in total. Then from the zipper area, I'm going to come in by half inch and slant it down to the full length and take it up to the bust line. The reason is I'm taking off bulge from my zipper allowance. So after that, the next thing is to remark my zipper allowance, which is 1 inch. So as you see me do, I'm remarking the 1 inch because I take out half inch from the normal size, so I'm remarking it. So after that, you have to connect it back with your ruler. It's very important to do this thing that I did now, so it will help your zipper to relax well at the back of the owner. Your zipper will not budge at all. So I have to cut it open and place it on each shoulder. So in essence of doing that, I'm taking that 1 inch away. You understand? So I'm going to cut this I'm going to cut it. Then I'll use gum to hold it down. You see me doing that now. So I use gum to remove that one. So after gumming that one and I put it under, I remove the 1 inch entirely. I have to cut out the remaining excess that I have on the zipper area and cut the rest out. Guys, this is what I have for the upper part of this dress. This is blazer. It is blazer, okay? And I hope this video helped you, and I hope you can be able to cut it by yourself and make this beautiful dress by yourself. It's easy and simple to make. With this video you can be able to make it. Guys, please subscribe to my channel, share this video. Thank you.